We got back to the hotel, and I do regret to say that I slept with Boogie2988. Overall, the experience, and I don't mean to fat shame or anything, but there was rules upon rules upon rules, and it took me a lot of time to find a stick.
No, that's too easy. That's low-hanging fruit. I'm gonna leave that alone.
I am now married with 2 kids, and sleeping with Boogie is one of the reasons I quit sex work.
Yeah, one of the reasons. Come on. Like, if you've been with Boogie, you've been with other people who are probably worse. But I don't have any sympathy for this person either. Sorry.
Is that sexist to me? Sure. Is that womanizing me? Sure. I don't really care. I'm a 48-year-old man. I never got to fuck a model. This let me fuck a couple of models. Is that wrong?
He's nearly 50. Fuck. Damn. Like, people don't change for the better. People don't. Like, life is all about, you just feel something and then you manifest those feelings through your actions. To most people, that's the default of existence to humans, right? It is incumbent upon us as individuals to push ourselves away from our primitive, evil, biological nature. What we're seeing is just sheer compulsion, sheer glutton, right? Because he's in a position where he was able to indulge. I'm not surprised by any of this. Like, this isn't out of the box. This isn't like super ridiculous, crazy, like Chris Chan. Like, granted, we're only 8 minutes in, so.
But then it's window shopping, right? Like any other meat market like Tinder, you kind of scroll down the list of photos until you find someone that looks interesting to you. I think this girl's really cute. Oh yeah, yeah. She's definitely a little thicker than I necessarily would always go for, but there's nothing wrong with that. So I deserve to go to Disneyland with a beautiful girl, right? I deserve to go to New York and explore Times Square with a beautiful girl.
You saying you're not down with the thickness, Boogie? You're saying you don't boogie with the thickness? Boogie? I'd say that's just Americanism. You deserve it. Why? Because you have money? Because you found a way to cheese the system that was designed specifically to deprive people and make it so that a few people could cheese it and make lots and lots of money with very little amount of effort, right? The fact that someone who's someone like Boogie is able to make as much money as he did in the modern day, and you believe that you deserve it. Why? Because you found a way to win at this thing that humans built that's supposed to be intrinsically unfair, and that's what, yeah, I don't, that is more so, he's American, come on, Arkansas.
Man, if I had that money back, that would be half of my mortgage right now.
Okay. It's not about hard work, it's not about ability, it's not about talent, not about skill. Like, this is an entire documentary made about somebody who made millions of dollars from playing video games online. Like, what did you expect? Does this really shock you? How can anything shock you? Like, if you've existed for more than like a year. Kidding, infants don't know that there's the Holocaust happened. Point is, if you pay attention, you can pick up very quickly that nothing makes sense. Everything is mindless nonsense. Everything. Like, people are just flailing around in this cosmic expanse, making stuff up so they can feel good about it. When I see something like this, I'm not surprised. I'm not taken aback by witnessing someone's immense ineptitude while also succeeding or having been successful. I'm in my mom's basement.
I know how much these things mean to you. What's it like to have to sell them to be able to live?
So selling off these things kind of sucks. Because I've been playing Magic for 30 years, and some of the cards in this box I opened back in 1994. I opened them in like 96, and I've held on to them ever since. And that's like they're a piece of my childhood. They're a piece of my history. I thought I was going to get buried with this stuff. This is my stuff. This is me. This is part of me. And I made some money off of YouTube last month, but I did not make enough. Without a sponsor or something like that, I'm not making enough. So we're going to go to the game shop. But this is going to keep me from going out on the streets, right? Like this is going to keep me in a house. So.
Damn, you still made nearly $3,000 off YouTube? Dude. Like, opportunity, I'm guessing he just doesn't see the opportunities? Like, again, you can't, I mean, is this really so far-fetched? Like, how he's been dealing with all this stuff because, yeah, like the money stuff, and it's continuously compounding because he just doesn't have the awareness. You're still making $3,000 a month off your YouTube? Jesus.
This is going to keep me from going out on the streets, right? Like this is going to keep me in a house. So.
It's going to keep you in that house. It's going to keep you in that giant suburban nightmare fuel. Firstly, why would you want to, if you have that money, why would you live there? Secondly, $3,000? There's people who live considerably less, who are way more frugal, who have their shit more together, and they have less than you. And here you are, complaining, but you don't have enough money to sustain your exorbitant lifestyle. Your grossly negligent lifestyle, dude. This is you.
It's bittersweet. I think he would find it bittersweet. He would have wished I had spent my money.
And make a documentary about that, the process of that. I'd watch that.
I'm selling Magic cards on Whatnot. I'm selling collectibles on eBay. I'm selling arcade machines locally.
I'm selling my poop. I'm selling my bathwater. I'm selling my body. I'm selling my meat rolls. I was trying to think of what he calls his stomach. What was it that he called?
2 glorious meat curtains.
Yeah, I'm selling that on OnlyFans.
Okay, so this month I need from you about $1,000 to make mortgage. So I needed to pick out like $1,000 for the stuff. Like there's a couple of cradles in there. Mm-hmm. There's a City of Traders in there.
Well, I could do 200 a piece on those.
What? Dude, I thought we were looking more like 400, 450 on each of these. 175 is what it's down to.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Those
Good Lord, that took a beating. These are reserved list cards, Glenn.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere but up.
Okay. Well, you say that, but the dual lands went down.
He doesn't give a shit. Okay. Yeah. That's the price. Yeah. Glenn. Dogs.
What's paying for this?
Shit, you're paying me back my hair. That don't hurt.
It's a good question, Clum. Also, dick move, Boogie. A boogie to the left, I borrow some cash. A boogie to the right, buy me a Big Mac. You pay more than just the time price when creating a Boogie documentary. You require more sacrifice.
Yeah, we all look the same in a game shop. It's because we're fucking outcasts. We're in a kind of small town. We're fucking autistic as shit. We're awkward around women. We're awkward around people. We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
But if all those things are perturbing you, dude, like, fix it. Improve. Change things. Instead of just, saying it's shit. And damn, that's the way it is. Okay, things are that way. But, like, if you can make over $1 million off of playing video games on the internet, you could probably handle these things. You'd think, right? In fact, that thing would allow you to make it a little bit easier to handle these other things. But no, it's social outcast. Magic the Gathering, $30. My rolls.
I'm looking at all the shit I need to sell, and I'm surrounded by all the shit that I bought for YouTube videos and stuff, and it's hard to not think about what a fuck up I am. But that's why I go to the arcade. That's why I go to play Magic. That's why I have my friends over.
Oh my God. Fix. Don't. Just, you're distracting yourself. Fix it. At the time at which you're sitting on your, you're sinking into your couch watching probably hentai or something. Like just turn it off. Be like, I'll change my schedule now. Maybe I'll wake up, work out, stick to a procedure, eat different food, hire the right people. Dogs. Instead of making endless excuses. I know, I'm sorry. You know, I'm watching a Boogie documentary. Oh, you eat your poop. I can't let you stick your tongue in my mouth.
Because for just a few hours, I'm not that fuck up from YouTube. I'm just Steve Williams. I'm just me. Oh, this is my Saturday night crew. We get together every Saturday. We eat pizza. We play Magic. We play board games. We do Smash Brothers. Magic the Gathering. This is my crack. This is my cocaine. I met him at the magic shop. I met him in the magic shop. Now him I met at the magic shop. This guy I met at the magic shop. This guy I met at the magic shop. This guy I met because he was roommates with a friend I met at the magic shop.
And this guy I met at the Taco Bell next to the magic shop. And this guy I met at Taco Bell.
Okay, so I have $1 million question for you guys. Every Saturday we get together. Every Saturday I order what? Pizza, chicken fingers, tacos. Those are the things I normally get us, right? Like I normally spend like $100, $150 every Saturday to like feed us. And like I showed them my bank books today, and I'm not like, I've never wanted to burden you guys with this, but like I'm at a point where saving $300 a month would be useful.
Well, I guess you can kind of understand when you look at all the factors, right? If you see humans sort of just as animals, right, that are just reactionary to their environment, all of this makes sense. Look what he has, how he's gotten it, who he is, the type of people that he surrounds himself with, the stuff that he does every day with those same people. They kind of look like him. They all struggle with their own, these particular insecurities. I wouldn't say being fat's an it's just a, like it's hard, right? And it's sort of like you're succumbing to like a substance. That's kind of what it's like. It's like drug addiction. Except kind of more difficult in some ways because you need food, right? You could go through your life without smoking a joint or smoking cigarettes or drinking, but you have to find a way to moderate your food intake, especially when you're living in a mindless, backwards, disgusting, evil corporate empire where every facet of life is monetized, where all of the food is jammed with disgusting, addictive, artificial, mindless nonsense that's supposed to make people look like this. This is intentional. That's on purpose. From people who are in positions of, influence and power and have built these systems the way that they run. So it makes sense, right? So that's why I'm able to... There's the side of what's been given to you and then the side of the personal input, right? I don't think you can, in his sense, you can't just look specifically, like there's gotta be an underlying mental thing here. Like the way that he's raised, certain things that he's gone through. He's clearly just been fixed to this way he's been living his life this whole time. And I imagine it was exacerbated, over a decade ago? It was starting in 2006 on YouTube. Imagine it made even worse when he had access to monetary acquisition, immense amounts, with the type of thing that he's doing, right? He didn't really have to change himself. He didn't really have to adjust his... He had to change things in accordance to this thing, but he liked the thing. And it worked in accordance to his everyday lifestyle. So, yes, accountability, but don't ignore the environment. Don't ignore the circumstances or the context or how things ended up the way they are.
We've been telling you for years that we don't care about the food that much.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I like having snacks and soda when I'm over here because I don't eat those at my house. But we've definitely said it throughout the years, like, you don't have to feed us, but you do it anyway. So
When are we going to start bringing girlfriends around? Also, when are we going to start bringing girlfriends around that aren't hookers?
No, don't just move on. Right there, they reflected a problem to you. They said, hey, this thing that you're doing that's eating into your finances like everything else, you don't got to do this, and we told you this multiple times, and then you just moved on. That's the personal accountability part. Or maybe that's motivated by the environment. I don't know. Let's not get into... Point is, what's the point of complaining? Like, that only serves so much. You need the action for the complaining to serve its use. Because the complaining is the quantification of the problem. And then the action is the solution to that. But if you just disregard as if like that's entirely out of your... There's nothing that will change. Nothing. So theoretically, Mike's Cum has unlimited amounts of material to make a whole like a Netflix documentary series about this. We're probably gonna see more documentaries. I'm excited, man. Good, this is good. You did a good job, Mike Clum. This is high quality.
Because that's all I brought around for 5 years. I mean, like, we haven't had like legitimate girlfriends over in a long time. You haven't dated in a while.
I like that shot. The guy. He looks like the fighter Ankalaev. Just sitting there. Ankalaev type 2. Just sitting there receiving the boogie.
I think he's a good guy, yeah. I think that Boogie's definitely a good guy. He loves his friends and his family, and he cares about people a lot, and he cares about what people think about him a lot. He's a fun person to be around and to laugh and make jokes with.
That's the problem with witness testimony. See, humans only really, for the most part, the only things that are real to them are the things that occur within their sphere, like within their, like, purview, so that they can acknowledge it happened. If something, low power mode. If something, you know, if you ask an opinion on another person that they're familiar with, they're going to give you their purview. They're going to give you their experiences. And I've even seen that extend to, like, people sometimes ignoring the way that other people, how they treat other people. Now, granted, you know, this is just a trail off. But, like, I don't know. Take everything with a grain of salt. Especially the things people have to say about each other. Unless you've seen that reaffirmed in your tangible, you know, environment, you know, then there's some merit to it. But only until then. You gotta see it for yourself. I don't know where it's going with that.
I think as long as he stops tweeting the N-word, he'll be fine.
The N-word is just a word. If you guys left and these cameras weren't rolling and I was sitting here alone in the dark,
you would say specifically that word and just that one. What? Like, come on. That's what I meant by this guy's fucking American, dude. I'm American. I've been born and raised. Like, that specific type of humor, targeting this specific demographic, you think that that's a coincidence? You think everyone really wants to say specifically, like, growing, I was constantly, that's a cultural thing.
and I said the N-word, there's no magic power to it.
So say it.
Oh no, I'm not going to say it on camera where it could hurt somebody.
You're asking the right questions, Mike Clum. I like his expression, like, like it's almost pissing him off. It's like, what the f are you talking about? I just want to make fun of specifically this demographic of people. What's wrong? I mean, historically speaking, that's been a recurring theme, uniquely, specifically to America, towards this specific demographic, kind of like anywhere you go in the world, right? They all have their demographic of people that they just dislike because other fucking people told them to do it, right? Same way these other people that he's been surrounded by, remember Arkansas, right? The same way all those people he's been surrounded by have normalized this type of, well, this type of attitude towards these type of things.
I like offensive humor. I like dark jokes. I say fucked up shit. I think the darker something is, cancer, rape, murder, child abuse, the darker it is, the more important it is to make jokes about it.
No, you mean the more typical the subject matter of the jokes are that you make. Because this is like bullshit internet humor. You can make fun of anything, and you're choosing to make fun of, like, you can make fun of those, it's fine. But exclusively those. Does that just mean you're not funny and you don't know how to, like, organically make jokes about shit? Why is he laying like that? Why is this? It's a good frame. I like the Mike. You did a shit, man. Good shit, Mike. Good. I like this.
Yeah. I'm sorry you had to go through that, bro.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. I mean, I didn't go through it. I'm still alive. She's dead. And, yep, so fuck her. And now she's dead.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color, or is it not? I don't know.
Someone says you can't put your finger into a clitoris. Somebody here doesn't have a scalpel handy. You splay that fucker just right, you can wrap it all around your fingers. You gotta shave real thin. Woo! That's disturbing. That's the most thing.
So you answer, you're just not funny. That's the answer. That's why you think that the edginess equates to funny just because it's edgy, right? Just because it's abrasive. Okay. You ever notice it's the same themes? It's the same more vulnerable groups. Make fun of those guys. You can, but just those? What about those guys? What about those guys? What about those guys? Just those guys, because society speaking, it's expected for you not to do it, right? So if you do, it'd be abrasive. Oh! You just you just don't get it.
No, I plan to shoot you, bud. Leave.
You pointing a gun at me?
Yes. Is this what we have to do?
Clint Eastwood looking acting. You don't look like him. But, like, this is American. Obese guy threatening you outside his suburban home with a revolver, acting like some 80s cop guy, action hero. Like, are you really surprised? It's fun to watch, though.
Where it really went south is when one guy spent like a month of his time gathering every link, every video clip, everything I'd ever said or done since 1998, and he compiled it into this one huge mega thread. It's like 10, 15 pages long. And every time my name would get mentioned on Reddit moving forward, they would all link to that mega thread. Well, these people on Reddit began to bombard my sponsors to make me look as bad as possible. Every time I got a new sponsor, they would bombard them. And eventually they dropped me.
No. To make you look as bad as you did that if all they had to do was search around on the internet and grab a bunch of clips of you doing stuff and then compile it into a list, that's you. That's other people curating the information on your behalf. They curated the information you don't like about yourself that you displayed. What's that list? Hold on. Okay. I think we'll end off with this list, huh? Things accused of Boogie in the Reddit. He abused his wife, supported child abusers, had attraction to minors, mocked racial minorities. I mean, so far we've seen some inklings of that. All these things. Lied about mental health, claimed good things, came from the Holocaust, threatened to kill his own dog, he's threatened death to promote your channel, parents. Yeah, it's just average scumbag shit. What? Flirted with his friend's widow after his death. Misused Pete trying to find the personal toys. Yeah. This is just average crappy person stuff. You can't really be surprised by any of this. But I mean, he's still making $3,000 a month off of that, off of this, being this. Off of just whatever that is, right? Look at that. See that Captain America shield? See, Marvel fans, this is your representative? Huh. All right. Well, we have made it about a third of the way through the documentary. And there's more to come.